How's everybody doing? I just want to talk about this book. I finished it a few weeks ago, and then I got into some other material, but I just want to say it's definitely a book everybody needs to try. It's called The Lost Continents of Mu. Okay? This is the book. It's written by James Churchward. And I gotta tell you, this guy did his homework, okay? He wrote this book in late 1800s, early 1900s. He was an explorer, okay? What this guy found, and it's amazing, he found proof of the existence of a lost continent. I mean, that's impossible, right? How could a guy in the early 1900s find this information? Well, it was actually pretty easy, okay? This information is being suppressed today. I mean, our governments don't want us finding this information. But let's get into what this guy discovered. He was in the British Army, and while he was there, he met a high priest in India, okay? They were stationed in India doing some whatever they were doing. He meets this high priest. This high priest, it's almost like he was expecting it. They have some deep conversations, and they continue to develop a friendship. Well, that friendship turned into something that changed James' life forever. So they go in and they start looking through the records for different things. What they discover is beyond amazing. They found that the Naacal tribe, okay, the Naacal peoples, Naacal, the Naacal, what they did was they came from the lost continent of Mu, okay? He calls it Mu, M-U. I heard that he misinterpreted the major symbol for Mu. I heard this from Graham Hancock in an interview with David Wilcox. I don't know all the information behind that, but what I do know is that this book cannot be ignored. It cannot be ignored by the mainstream or anybody else any longer. What's in this book is fascinating. So what he does is, through the Naacal writings, okay, these old ancient writings that the Hindus claim are thousands upon thousands of years old, not just like 5,000 years old. We're talking 15, 20, 30,000 year old writings there. And this stuff has been proven today. The Hindus, they're the ones with the Vimanis, okay, the flying machine that they actually have diagrams for that we could actually make today. And we've had scientists prove that this stuff is real. It's legit. You know, we've had scientists take the diagrams and turn them into flying craft, and it's unbelievable. This was covered on the Discovery Channel, by the way. Fascinating stuff. So the Hindus have these ancient texts, okay? And what's in these ancient texts is basically signs of a lost continent. Not just one, but two lost continents. Now, how could that be, right? How could there be two lost continents? Well, it seems that in the Pacific Ocean, we have that huge body of water. Okay, it takes up like a third of the globe. And there's islands in the South Pacific called the South Pacific Islands. This is where you have Fuji and the Easter Island. This is where Hawaii is north of these islands. So we have these islands there, and what is believed by James Churchward in the book, and what he explained thoroughly, is that those islands are remnants of a lost continent. Okay? And he goes on to explore these islands. And by the way, there's pyramids found on the islands, and today, beneath some of these islands, we found pyramids, things that would lead one to believe there was a highly advanced civilization. You know, we're going back 2,000 years with Jesus. Well, we're a lot older, okay? And then they'll admit to Egypt and the pyramids there being maybe 3,000 BC. I've heard even earlier, which is a joke, that there's no way. The Egyptians did not have the technology to build those pyramids, and everybody knows this today, except the mainstream archaeologists. Everybody else on the fringe, if you want to call it that, they all know that the Egyptians did not build those pyramids. They didn't have the technology. If they did, then you would see hieroglyphs today, okay, in Egypt, of slaves hauling blocks, okay, because it took 2.5 million blocks to build the Pyramid of Giza. That's one pyramid, okay? So if these Egyptians built this pyramid, we would see the hieroglyphs that would prove this. But what do we see? We don't see them. Why would a people who tell their life story over and over again in hieroglyphs, why would they deny us their history of the pyramid making? Why? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. And that's my point. They wouldn't. Okay? If the Egyptians did it, they would have drew it on the damn wall. But we don't see that. Okay? I think that today's culture has taken from Mu, has taken from Atlantis, has taken from Egypt, and what they've done is they've taken the best of what controls people. The Egyptians were great controllers, okay? They controlled their people to a T, you know? And that's what we have today. We have control, total control. These people, it's like the Fourth Reich with these people, okay? And it literally is the Fourth Reich, okay? Do your homework. If you live in America today, you live in the Fourth Reich, because the Third Reich went down, okay? In World War II, we sunk those bastards, but we didn't sink them all. We let a lot of them get away, okay? Do your homework. Check the rat lines, because we let the Nazis into South America, we let them into America, that the Soviets grabbed some. I mean, every highly advanced nation grabbed as many scientists as they could get. But why? Why? Because Nazis were smart, a lot smarter than we give them credit for. The Nazis were looking in ancient texts for the answers. Why would they be looking there? Not this BS that we're reading in our Bible, okay? That's just the tip of the iceberg there. They were looking in these Hindu, these ancient Tibetan scripts. Okay, because in these scripts is a lost civilization, one that was way more advanced than we ever would give them credit for. These were not cave dwellers. These were not people that were, you know, walking around naked with no purpose, you know, hungry, horny, whatever. That's not the situation. The situation is one that is highly advanced. It's actually way more technical than what we see today. We think that we have a technical society. No, these people had us blown out the water, okay? Their machines, with what we think of as UFO technology, that's what they were doing. How were they doing it? The same way that the Nazis were going to be doing it, by taking the ancient texts and learning from them. There's so much to learn from our past, okay? There's much good to learn in our past as well, and this technology isn't always used for good, is it? No. If we allow America to continue to advance this technology, and it's getting into DNA now. It's getting into nanotechnology, where they're putting things in our DNA to change the structure of the human being, to make him non-human, more controllable, more of a robot computer program. Okay, Obama was supposed to come in and change some of that, but look at Obama. Obama is what? What is Obama? He's a lie. He's a lie. From top to bottom, he's a lie. Everything I bought into, the tears I cried when he got elected that night were alligator tears compared to what I'm seeing today out of Obama. Obama is a liar. Okay, he's not doing good by the American people. He works for them damn banksters that have taken over this country. Obama's one of them. Okay? And if you look and you do your homework, and you'll laugh when you read this shit, because most people laugh because they can't see the truth unless it hits them in their face. The truth is there. It's there for all of us to see it. But most of us can't believe it. I got off track, didn't I? I was talking about this book, Lost Continent of Mu. Great book. South Pacific Islands, okay? This guy, there's ruins there. Ruins that the British are hiding from the world. These ruins are there today. If you do some homework, you'll see that there are independent people like myself going to those islands today and digging up ancient ruins of a lost civilization that's beneath the water. Okay, this is in all the ancient myths of the South Pacific. All of them. Not one, not two, every god darn one. And you know why? Because they don't want to forget who they are. They don't want to forget where they came from. The Nacao priests that spread their culture across this globe created Atlantis at some point, because Mu is older than Atlantis. Okay, and we're just starting really to get some mainstream feed on Atlantis. Okay, Atlantis was highly technical civilization. Lemuria was a highly spiritual civilization. And today, we're not being asked to be either one. We are being told we're going to be a highly technical civilization, or we're going to be nothing. We've forgotten who we are. We are a highly advanced species. We can conquer anything as long as we use what is up here, what was given to us, not by mistake, not by chance, but so that we could decide within ourselves what we wanted to be our reality. Our reality today in America is unexcusable. The banksters control our government. You know, the Masons is a cover story for the Illuminati. Ancient Druid spirituality, esoteric knowledge being kept from every one of us. These people want to take this knowledge and use it for themselves. But why? Why can't we have the knowledge? We can. But we got to take back Washington. We need to take back our government. We cannot let our children grow up in this America. It's not right. The federal income tax is about as federal as Federal Express. It's one of my favorite sayings, and I'll say it again. The federal income tax is about as federal as Federal Express because it's not a legal tax on the American people. We're being robbed, we're being taken from, we're being taken advantage of. They're allowing cable television, they're allowing sports and entertainment to feed our minds, okay? To pull us out of what we truly are, which is spiritual God beings. That's what we are. We are beings of the light. And we are forgetting this. And every day that we forget this is another day that we could have saved this planet. We are light beings. And it sounds a little cuckoo for me saying that. But I'm a big guy. I played college football. I'm not crazy. I've done my homework. This isn't the only book I've ever read. I've read many. And I'm just trying to let you people know that we have an option. We don't have to deal with this government the way it is. The North American Union's coming. The superhighway's being built right now. Why are they letting all these illegal aliens in our country? Because they don't care if they come into our country. Because it doesn't matter. It's not going to matter once the North American Union kicks off. Okay, we're going to be three countries are going to be one. Mexico, America, and Canada will unite. It's coming. Okay, it's actually already here. George Bush signed the paperwork. Obama's ignoring it, acting like it didn't happen, but it happened, people. He signed it. Our future is determined. It's just a matter, are we going to get there kicking and screaming? Are we going to get there, you know, treading water? We have a choice. We didn't choose Obama. Obama was chosen for us. And that's a very important point. Very important point. Remember, his background's Kenyan, black people. Okay? Kenyan, not Kemet, Kenya. Okay? And it's not American either. His ancestors weren't in slavery. In fact, his ancestors had slaves. Look it up. We need to come together and unite and take back Washington. Take back who we really are. God bless. Peace be out.